Hello everybody, here I'm back with a new lesson about hyphens. So what are hyphens? Are hyphens disappearing in everyday English everyday? So now you see the differences between everyday without any space and everyday with space. We will come with a next video about this. So aya hyphens pe English ki urikigi. So do we consider hyphens important in punctuation? مونږ په نقطه گزارۍ کې hyphens جدي ونیسو یا مهم ونیسو. So guys, this is www.skylearning.com and this video is made in association with Al Khair Educational Center and brought to you by skylearning.com by Ubaidullah Wahda. So guys, what are hyphens? Hyphens are the short lines. You can see this line is encircled in brackets that we put between words and expressions like ticket officer or ex-girlfriend. Now you see the hyphen between ex and girlfriend and then ticket and officer. They are not the same as dashes. So dashes is a little bit longer than hyphen. Okay, now are hyphens disappearing? Hyphens rikigi. So the rules about hyphens are complicated and usage is not very clear. Because of this, people seem to be using hyphens less, especially in compound nouns. Many hyphenated compound nouns are written as close or open compound nouns. اکثر د دې قوانین د hyphens لګ د سی پیچیده غوندې دي نو دا اکثر ځینې خلک نه استعمالوي د دې په ځای یا close compound noun استعمالوي space نه ورګي او یا open compound noun استعمالوي space ورګي. For example, in the past our people used to write weekend like this, week and then hyphen and then end, but nowadays people write it like weekend without any hyphen. Worldwide people used to write it with a hyphen, now people write it without any hyphen. So chief executive officer, people used to write this with hyphens, now people write it with hyphen. Chief executive officer. And now usage of hyphens. Next usages, and now the first one is compound nouns. Compound nouns where the second part ends in er. How compound nouns are استعمالي کی چې دویمه برخه په er سره ختمي. For example, bottle opener. So the second part ends with er. So bottle opener is a hyphenated compound noun. School teacher. It's another example of hyphens and compound nouns. Okay, another compound nouns where the first part ends in ing, in gerund. Awali pa ing khatmi like writing paper. So you see the hyphen between writing and paper. Cooking school. There is a hyphen between cooking and then school. And third usage in compound nouns made with prepositions and adverb particles. The preposition or adverb particle is sometimes a preposition or adverbs. For example, sister-in-law. So here we have the preposition in and we have the particle law in sister. So sister hyphen in then hyphen in law. You can also write this without hyphens like sister without hyphen then in without hyphen then law. Father-in-law, makeup and joke. Okay, B, what is the second usage? Compound adjectives, and also we can write in compound adjectives like red spot. So here red spot is a compound adjective. You see the hyphen. Sorry. Nice short. So here nice is an adjective, short is another adjective. So we have the hyphen. Nice looking. So nice is the adjective, looking is a gerund functioning as an adjective. So you see the hyphen. Good looking. So good looking is another example of compound adjectives. Well known is another example of compound adjective. You see the hyphen between well and known. Well dressed. This is another example of compound adjectives. You see the hyphen. And broken hearted. Oh, come on. So here we have another hyphen between them. And robbed bank. So robbed is a past participle adjective and then bank is a noun. So the combination is called compound adjective and you see the hyphen between robbed and bank. Okay guys, if you want the complete lesson, so follow the link below and then watch it there. Okay, next is compound verbs. We discussed compound nouns, then compound adjectives, and now compound verbs beginning with a noun. So for example, rule play. You see here in the red spot, rule play. Rule is a noun and play is a verb. House hunt. House is a noun and hunt is a verb. So you see the hyphen between house and hunt, and rule and play. You see the hyphen. So car theft. So car is a noun and theft is a verb. So you see the hyphen. sword fighting. Sword is a noun and fight is a verb. You see the hyphen between them. Okay guys, on the pink color you can see it next to the camera. When we use a longer phrase as an adjective modifier, adjective function as a modifier before a noun, we often use hyphens. Kala عموما يو مثلا يو this adjective يا adjective phrase we no عموما غير ممكن hyphens وركو. For example, an out of work machine. So out, then hyphen, off, then hyphen, then work. So another example, it is an up-to-date software version of Samsung mobile. So up, hyphen, to, hyphen, date. So it's an adjective phrase actually. It's also considered in compound adjectives. So here you must give hyphens to these kinds of adjectives. And this one, the blue color, the blue background color photo you can see, if one is not sure whether to use a hyphen between words or not, the best thing is to look up in a dictionary or to write the words separately without a hyphen. Kachira taas bam padi confusion sorry che misal hyphen sanga rule istemal ko sanga no ko this confuse on the shi khatari kada da chia hyphens skip kai aw ya dala pohawi da pare dictionary tam raja. Okay, next, hyphens are the trickiest punctuation marks. Indeed they are. Okay, next, D. The next usage of hyphens where we use D, prefixes. Prefixes are words or letters which are used at the beginning of a letter to change its meaning and grammar. So, okay, in British English, the prefixes anti, okay, then you see the hyphen, co, hyphen, ex, hyphen, mid, hyphen, non, hyphen, pre, hyphen, post, hyphen, pro, hyphen, and self, hyphen are often separated from what follows by hyphens. तक बिल्शी हुई hyphens और बसे राजी यानी उम्मन hyphens British English के वर्कुल की but in American English these combinations are generally written as single words sans a hyphen मगर पर American English की तरह से जुड़ुख्तुना जान तलीकल की गई वाहिद लुगत पहस बगैर दकुम hyphen सका. So here you will see in the next photo. So okay, here British English and then American English. Under the blonde girl you can see British English and under the black girl you can see the American English. Okay, so in British English you say anti-Christian. So who's someone is against anti-Christian. So anti then hyphen and then Christian. You can see there. So anti is the prefix. In American English, anti-Christian there is no hyphen. There is no need. Co-author. So when you write a book and someone else helps with you and he also writes a book, so he's called co-author. So then co and author, you see a hyphen between them. In American English, people do not give a hyphen. Ex-husband. Who was your husband in the past? Who is not your husband in the present? So ex hyphen then husband and then ex-husband in American English. Midterm exams. Like in Pashto you say so mid hyphen then term then exams. So midterm exam. There is no apostrophe, a hyphen. Non-relevant. So here non then a hyphen. So non-relevant. So in American English people say non-relevant. No hyphen. Pre-planning. Pre means before. So pre-planning. Pre then hyphen then planning. But in American English people do not give hyphen. And then post-election. Right? So post-hyphen then election. In British English. But in American English post-election without any hyphen. Pro-hunting. So pro and then hyphen and then hunting. In American English pro-hunting no hyphen. Self-study. Self then hyphen and then study. And self-study in American English without hyphen. So guys, you learned one thing. In British English, people gave hyphen to the prefixes to separate the words, the initial, the root word. But in American English, people do not give a hyphen. Okay, number E is numbers 21 up to 99. So whenever we write the number from 21 up to 99, we often use hyphen between them, like 26, you see the hyphen between 20 and 6. 39, you see the hyphen between 30 and 9. 41, you see the hyphen between 40 and then 1. 52, you see the hyphen between 50 and 2. 64, you see the hyphen between 60 and 4. 75, so you see the hyphen between 70 and 5. 93, you see the hyphen between 90 and then 3 and etc. So in numbers په شمیرونو کې په اعدادو کې د 21 نه تر 9 نه وي. When you write them and letters, not in numbers, so you need to give them hyphen. If you do not give the hyphen, it doesn't matter. There is a photo below, you can study more about hyphen. Okay, F number last, I think. Sorry, I got a sore throat, I don't know. Word division. The لغات تقسيم بندي. Sometimes we write on a piece of paper, and whenever we write and we reach to the last part of or the edge of the paper, so we have a big word. For example, we have a 10-letter word, so we want to write that, but we don't have much space. So for that reason, you can write a few letters there, then you can put a hyphen, and then you write the remaining letters on the second line. So okay, we also use hyphens to separate the parts of long words at the end of written or printed lines. Example, see the example. It is taken from a text, is not completely in accordance with the controversial policy of the greatest gov. So here, G-O-V-E-R. What do you see after R? Which is written in white font. That is a hyphen. And then you see meant, which was, right? So کله چې داسې لیکل کوئ او بیا هلته کوم ځای د سر نه په ورقه کې او لغت غټ وي نو ښه خبر ده یو څو حروف هلته ولیکئ بیا هایپن ورکئ بیا نور پاتې حروف داسې ورکئ. خو که چېرته منځ کې در سره ځای وي او تاسو دا کار کوئ بیا غلط دی, right? But if you have a space in the middle and you write the government like this, you consider it as a compound adjective or compound or compound noun. So that is wrong, guys. Okay, G. Fractions, right? In some mathematical terms, like fractions, we use hyphens in some mathematical terms. For example, 2/3. अक्सर कसरों की मुंग हमदारंगा the hyphen इस्तेमाल को. For example, 2/3 there I left a hyphen, right? So 1.5 yonim, right? 9/20 seconds. So you see the hyphen after 9, then 20 hyphen, then seconds, right? So 9/20 seconds. 4/6, 4, then hyphen, then 6. So salor par shpak. Thank you guys for watching the long lengthy videos about hyphens, and this video is brought to you by www.skylearning.com in association with Al Khair Educational Center. We will bring more interesting video about punctuations. If you have learned something, so please subscribe our channel, like and share it. Until next time, bye. Wish you all the best.